Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hey, we are back, man, and first off, man, I just want to say, if you have not seen the Walking Dead live bait episode, stop listening right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, okay, it's done. Listen, the governor's back, that's right, it was his episode tonight, and dude, I am absolutely, man, pumped up, I'm hyped up. This was the best episode so far of the season, man, and what I mean by that is that they gave us backstory for the governor, man, and it was a solid backstory. They gave us comic book material, and I'm talking about from the source directly to the screen, script by script, man. If you haven't read The Rise of the Governor, you need to go ahead and read that. If you haven't read anything of The Walking Dead, any kind of comic books, get into that, man. It's so easy. All you have to do is just go find one of the books, the volumes, grab it, buy it. It's like 31 bucks, man. Too easy. Listen, I'm pumped up, man. The governor, they finally gave you his real name. Now, but before I go into that, you know, his name is Brian, okay? And the name that they gave him inside of the show is a little bit different than what we are used to inside of the comic book, but that's beside the point, man. They allowed you to actually see who Brian was, go back without rehashing an old story, you know? They utilized a new family from Tara's group, the traveling family, inside of the retelling of the governor, okay? And what I mean by that is that last season we seen that the governor was pretty much disbanded after Rick and him went to war, okay? We get to season 4. We see that Rick and the gang, they're all by themselves in the prison. Nobody's bothering them. And then all of a sudden we see the governor. He's outside of the prison. And we're like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen, man? Is he going to declare war right there? Well, he actually doesn't, man. And what's kind of cool is that we get to see the backstory. That means that we get to see what happened to the governor after the events of the war with Rick, okay? And pretty much, man, the governor is abandoned by his group, the guys with the weapons, the little Latino dude, the black dude. They all leave him, man. They leave him one night at a campfire, okay? That's crazy, man. So when the governor wakes up in the morning, there's nobody there. So for some reason, he decides to grow out his beard and then kind of travel around the world, trying to find some place to belong, and then he ends up running into Tara's group inside of this building, and they're inside of there. You have Tara, her sister, or excuse me, her mother, her little sister, and then after that her grandfather, or something like that. The grandfather gets sick. The governor has to react. He bashes his head in with a oxygen tank. And then the governor meets this girl, this little tiny girl named Megan. She reminds him of Penny, and so that's his whole entire sole purpose, is to protect her, man. Anyway, they decide to go ahead and leave. Well, excuse me, the governor decides to go ahead and leave, and he says, I'm not taking you guys along with me. They end up begging him. He takes them along with him. They start walking on this road out in Georgia. They start driving on this road in Georgia. The car breaks down. Megan decides to kind of stay still in the middle of the road as they're walking to this new destination. There's a pack of walkers ahead. The governor's like, yo, we gotta go, we gotta run into these woods. Megan wouldn't come. Anyway, man, the governor kind of gets down on his knees and says, come here, Megan, I got you. He grabs her. They run into the woods, man. They fall into a pit. Megan and the governor fall into a pit. The governor starts smashing these zombies, man, that are down in the pit. Now, you know, people of the Walking Dead, we understand that, okay, there's only 2 people that make pits: the governor and the guys that the governor taught, okay, people from Marbury. And what ends up happening, man, after the governor destroys all these zombies that are down there, I'm talking about just seriously rips their throats out, bashes their heads in, he saves Megan, and he looks up, and the guys that abandoned him at the campfire, they're right there. And dude, I'm sitting here like, what? And so now, man, we're going into next week's episode, and that's when they get the confrontation. Okay, why did you leave? What's the decision? What's going on now? And it looks like the Latino dude is the actual leader of the camp, man. Dude, I'm blown away. 5 out of 5 stars. Live bait, The Walking Dead. I love it. It's perfect. Guys, keep watching and supporting this show, man. We're out of here.